So Broomy, all our Christmases have come at once. We've decided to keep the almighty LS in the Full Boost family.
The LS, yeah. So last video that you have seen, or 2 videos ago, was the video where we went through what we like and what we don't like about this car. Also asked in the comments what we would replace this thing with. So it had to tow a comfortable amount, had to have 4 doors, preferably a wagon or liftback or something like that, and people absolutely struggled to give any feedback. There were a few people, we said that this car cost 40 grand, so you could read into that the budget would still be around 40 to 60 grand. We had people were going, Euro, get out of this Australian made crap or whatever, Euro, and they were suggesting B4 Audis or something, or Q7 Audi and Mercedes-Benz. I looked up those cars, and I bought this when I was only 1 year old. I looked up those cars, 1 year old, $130,000. We could buy 3 LSs for that.
Imagine how many AU Falcons you could buy.
Everyone left in the country is still running with really working brake lights. Actually, probably not that many. So, yes, I've decided to keep this for now. The main reason is because I just don't feel there's anything out there that I want to buy right now. So the only thing that sort of almost semi-interested me is something like a Dodge Ram. But with the F-Truck, I'm not sure.
The reality is if you keep this for another, say, 2 years, you're not going to lose that much more in depreciation.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where you just keep it for a while.
Especially with being sort of that top-of-the-line Commodore V8 wagon and that. They did, there's not a heap of these out there in that red line.
I was looking these up. They're fairly well priced because there's no replacement for them.
Yeah,
basically.
And I mean, the abomination that is the ZB Commodore afterwards. Everyone's wiped that from their memory already. So if you're looking for a V8 Commodore, here it is, sort of thing. So definitely got to look at doing some mods. So you would have already seen we fixed our brake issues with the Brembo Ultimates front and rear pads and rotors there. So that's come up mint. Next thing I'm going to look at doing is some form of exhaust. So this thing has, I think, 5 or 6 or 80 mufflers on it to really shut it up. You can't hear it at all. Probably a tune and also some intake mods as well. So we've got this Ryco filter. So this is just a replacement panel filter. You get that one and you dispose of it thoughtfully. Get this. And I'll work out how to put it in place, which is up there. This is why a lot of people do like just running panel filters, because they're very easy to get a quick gain in sort of performance and install.
Next biggest mod we need to do to the car, like all our LS owners, is take the turtle cover off and expose those glorious coils.
There's nothing pretty to look under there, but then how will people know I own a V8 if my my engine cover doesn't say V8?
Yep.
Because you can't hear it at the moment, so I need to be able to say, this is what I drive right here.
I was also down at Bunnings the other day and I priced up that laundry drain hose for you.
Oh, yeah.
About $5.50 I can get one.
Mint. Definitely need one.
Just drill it in there, bit of glue.
Get the hole saw straight on the firewall.
She's right.
Bang. One thing I do notice on this engine is no oil leaks.
What is going on? What is going on with this radiator hose here? And why isn't it fixed yet?
In our first video when we said what we hated about the car and things like that, literally about 30 seconds before we started filming, I lifted the bonnet just for the sake so we could point out that, and I noticed the top radiator hose was sucked in, and then we just started filming. So I mentioned in that this was a problem, and people in the YouTube comments just, of course, how could you not know that the radiator caps failed? I thought you were a mechanic. I thought someone of your experience will know that. Well, sorry, champ, but literally had popped the bonnet open, noticed it, and then almost 2 cameras started to film our slot. So not only had I not even diagnosed it or looked at it, it happened 30 seconds before the video. So, and of course,
you still haven't fixed it.
I still haven't fixed it. Yeah, that's right. Because, well, the thing isn't blowing steam and smoke. How many kilowatts
are you losing from
I haven't driven it much since then, actually. So I will be going down to local auto parts place, because these are on the shelf, because as people said in the comments, just another Holden part that's really prone to failure.
Actually, that's a good point, isn't it?
Maybe I should replace this every time I
put a Ford radiator cap on.
When I do the next oil change, I should just have a steering rack and a radiator cap ready to go. They're obviously consumable items in the guys at Holden, but yeah, whatever. This is that. So we'll sort out the exhaust. I don't know what exhaust to get. Is it this thing?
A few guys have said just get a hacksaw and just cut
whack off the
rear
last two
have some-
mufflers.
have some
Yeah,
diff
so
dampers.
this is a wagon. So unlike sedans, the wagons are much more open in the rear and prone to sound coming in.
100%,
So
yeah.
I definitely don't want something where I'm just driving down the freeway and it's droning its head off.
I know that feeling.
I really like that factory, that Series 2 bimodal setup. I think that works unbelievably well. I don't know how easy it is to retrofit something like that and work properly in this. I don't know if it's electronically or pneumatically controlled or whatever. So
How can you not know? You should
Don't you know everything about this
thing about this car.
yeah, well, it's funny. I mean,
Maybe the comment section can tell us.
I know.
Can we fit up the bimodal system onto the Series 1?
Yeah, and will it work exactly
I don't
like it
know
does in
because you
Series
can
2?
control that through the center.
In the center thing to make it performance wise something like so I don't know if I can do it or whatever. I don't know if I really want to do just a rear muffler delete or if I want a full system extractors and all. I'm not sure. It depends on what performance and sound gains in that too. But yeah, definitely not a model nerd. Even when it comes to rotaries and that, there'll be people out there that'll tell you like the 1973 Series 2 bloody RX3 had this and that front apron and this rear license plate. I don't. That's not me. I'm not a car nerd.
I think we should look at getting a tune-up put into the old girl.
Yeah, so a lot of people said tune-ups help with a litre. They confirm that sort of litre per 100k, so that'd probably help. So I think I'd like to do, I mean, this isn't a car where we do dyno shootouts and put it on the dyno and make that power, then come back a week later and this now makes that power. I don't really have that much free time in my life to do that, quite honestly. If I'm doing that kind of free time, I'm working on race cars. So
Just leave it with me. I'll get the tune done and I'll get the exhaust sorted.
it'll come back with a supercharged LS3 in it or something if I leave it with
That's
you.
exactly right. That's just give me the keys and I'll bring it back in a couple of weeks.
So yeah, exhaust and tune-up are next. We've got some, a bit of an induction mod here and that. We'll see how we go with that. And yeah, I don't know what else we can do to these cars. What else you'd suggest? Leave your comments below on what your other suggestions are. But yeah, I don't. The car rides fine, so I don't know if I really want any suspension mods or anything. I know you often put aftermarket stuff in and it can affect the ride quality. So I assume all the bushings and everything are good because the car actually rides pretty nice. So yeah, we'll just focus on some performance and some sound mods and take it from there. Until next time, we'll catch you then. See you later.